Welcome back. Episode 16, Unfiltered with
Mamacita.
NG. I guess I kind of had that backwards with the episode and the name, but welcome back again. How's everybody doing? Topic is...
Alcoholism.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep it short and sweet and leave it at that. Alcoholic. Me. And just how we've adapted with my disease. And over the years we have, it's a long history if you really think about addiction and stuff like that. I personally believe that there's some type of genetic trait, but studies are still being done about that. But that's what I think, and it is what it is. I'm categorized as an alcoholic dependent since 2009. Coming up on 15 years. So,
Does he remember when you quit?
Mm-hmm. So, do I what?
Do you remember when you quit?
October 9th. So, we'll leave that. And, but, you know, we've come a long ways, and I continue to say we, because without her, I wouldn't be where I'm at, right? I play the cards that I'm dealt, and I'm a firm believer in that. And, yeah. Yeah. So, are you an alcoholic?
I am not.
No, the fuck you're not. Two to three drinks, and then she's, well, done. So.
But I also, with drinking running in my family, alcoholism running in my family, whether they want to admit it or not, I have always kind of not really wanted to drink because I didn't want to get to that point and end up having an issue.
We're about to do an impromptu little switch because I'm getting fucking cooked. So we're about to rotate seats there real quick. Live. Real quick.
Real quick. Is it going to be real
like
quick?
Like NASCAR team.
What?
The pit team. Oh my god, don't look at the chair. It has sweat spots. From me.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
We're the pit crew. I got that one. Look at that. We're doing good, huh?
Except now I don't know.
And again, that's unfiltered. You'll see that in that live, or not live, but you'll see it on the episode. So, again, we're talking about alcoholism. I'm an alcoholic, categorized alcohol dependent. That's what I was diagnosed as back in 2009 at my outpatient treatment. And you were talking about it, like I made a funny joke, right? Or not joke, but I asked, are you an alcoholic? You said no, and then I made the joke.
What joke?
About your lightweight, 2 to 3 drinks.
Yeah.
So.
I am. But yeah, so what did you think you had a problem before you stopped drinking?
Oh yeah, I knew I had a problem for a long time. I just didn't want to admit it.
But you knowing you have a problem, even though not wanting to admit it, did that affect how much you drank? Like, did you ever try to limit yourself on your own?
Tries a hard... No. I guess that's just being honest, because once you take the first drink, your mind has already been processing something else, or is thinking a different way, because I've already had a sip of it, so my mind has already been triggered to something else, right? And that was the issue, is I was a functional alcoholic, and I was able to drink so much and I didn't have a
That's so
limit. My
unfortunate.
limit was once I passed out, right? So I never drank over a half gallon. That was the most I've ever drank, and I've drank. I did that a few times,
Just a few?
handfuls maybe, but so I knew for a while. I didn't in high school. I didn't think I had a problem. I just thought I was partying, right? Joining the service. It wasn't until I realized, probably when I got in trouble in the Navy with underage drinking. I got in trouble with underage drinking in the Navy, and I got put on 30 days restriction. And then after the 30 days restriction, we went underway, and we hit a port, Gloucester, Maine, Maine, I believe it was, wherever Whoopi Goldberg's bar used to be, and all these sailors were getting off the boat and coming back on the Liberty boat with the captain and, you know, the triad and stuff, and underage drinking, and it was just like a, fuck, man, you could do this in uniform and it'd be okay. It was like a Fleet Week type deal thing, and I missed out on it. Never had a chance to go to one again, whatnot. But after my 30 days of restriction, I had fucking, at midnight, I got my ID back, and the kids are back home. Got my ID back from the quarterdeck, and I took a fucking taxi from the base all the fuck way down to fucking downtown V8 Beach, and my guys had a fucking bottle waiting for me to celebrate getting off of restriction for being put on restriction for underage drinking. So
What year was this?
2004. So 2000, I was fresh in the Navy, so my first year, and yeah. That was my one and only UCMJ fucking article I broke. Yep. And that's on record, and you guys can fuck off about that one, because I did go to XOI in DRB another handful of times, but those all had to do primarily with drinking too. So, but never back up to see the old man.
Oh my goodness.
When did
So
you
you
know? When did you know I had a problem?
I mean, I probably knew when you were in VA and I'm back home and getting phone calls at
All hours
10,
of the
11
night.
o'clock at night, which isn't too bad for me because it was 10.
Yeah.
But knowing that it's 1, 2 o'clock where you are, and he's slurring his words, he's repeating everything that he's saying like 3 times, and then he's quiet and then repeats it again because he doesn't remember what he just said to me.
Monica, Auntie, Nancy, Zach,
And then
Valerie. She can't multitask.
see, now I lost my train of thought.
VA, taking the phone calls. That's when you knew I had a problem. So you knew
So I
very
probably-
early.
Yeah. But-
Very early in our relationship, she knew. You didn't think so? You didn't think I had a problem in high school?
I never hung out with you in high school, so.
Fucking loser. I just wanted to call you.
Never hung out with him in high school, so I don't.
But I got a second butt.
Didn't know how much drinking you did then. So after we had kids is when it really hit me that you had a problem, because here I'm like, okay, we have kids, he's gonna grow up and stop
Kim Newlove. Oh, I was hoping Kim Newlove would hop on.
stop partying for, well, not for a little bit, but like
Slow down
the partying and grow up, be mature, take care of your kids, your family. And when it didn't stop, then, and I lots of arguments.
All the time.
All of our arguments
all the fucking
were
time.
over his drinking.
It,
So that's when I knew for sure that you had a problem.
the reason I was hoping Kim would hop on is to see if she would say I had a problem during high school.
Gotcha.
That's why. I mean, really, though, she's the only other one out of that core group that I, throughout all of high school, can honestly say. So,
Yeah.
And I honestly, I just, in high school, I truly believe I was just experimenting and being
Having
with
fun.
and having fun, because I woke up, I worked on the weekends, I played sports, and I wasn't technically getting in trouble with the law or anybody. So
Technically.
I didn't get caught, so I didn't didn't get in trouble. So yeah, and then obviously I played it off as much as possible and denied with you. And then everybody else who had fucking probably confronted me, fucking Lula, your mom, I want to say Tiff did, but it wasn't until you fucking actually had some fucking balls, and she, what'd you do?
Well,
After what? After
you-
years of what?
Years of threatening to leave. But you... See, now I lost that train.
God damn it, Cupcake.
No, it was you. You cut me off. Yeah. Lots of threats to leave if he didn't stop drinking. And obviously they were empty threats until
2009. We were married in 2005.
2009.
So we had already been married 4 years before before she took and fulfilled her threat of finally either figure it the fuck out, or she left, right? And gave me a couple ultimatums.
I know I left, obviously. I feel like I blocked out that day because I honestly do not remember packing up our stuff, mine or the kids. I don't remember
The conversation was very short.
getting into the car and driving to my parents. I just know that when you called later that evening, like, where you at? Like, I'm at my parents. I can't do it anymore. You either have to stop drinking or you're not gonna really see me anymore, and pretty much not your kids, because if you can't not drink with me around, I'm not gonna let you have the kids and be drinking and pass out and they're there alone, because they were 1 and 2 when you stopped drinking, so young. I didn't want to. He's crying. If you can't see.
It's hot, it's bright.
No. What went through your mind when you got home that day?
I was like, oh, fuck. She fucking... I checked the rooms. I did. It was, the drawers were empty. Again, it was at night.
Gotta turn that one a little bit.
We were drinking, or I was drinking the night before, obviously, before work. And you were obviously fed up. So I came home and the house was empty, right? Car gone. House empty, you guys all gone. So I pulled drawers and the kids first. And you were gone. So I called you, and like I said, the conversation was very short, right? You were very, very blunt and very, very fucking direct. And it was a smack of reality real quick. And her ultimatums was, hey, get help and stop drinking, and we'll come back in and we'll continue to work and be as a family, or choose alcohol and continue to drink and don't see us. And I love you. Don't call. Give it a day or two, and I was like, all right, well, fuck.
I actually, it was probably a couple days that I did end up. See, I had the balls to actually finally leave. Didn't have the balls to stick with my don't talk, because I told him no communication with me until you figure out what you want to do, and if you're gonna stop drinking, then you need to get that under control and be sober for a little while before I'll talk to you again. And that didn't happen. We weren't talking every day.
No, I didn't. Again, she left, and it was pretty much mid fucking week, whatever, because I went on a week-long bender before I checked myself into the DAPA, which is the drug and alcohol program in the Navy, and that's they assessed me, and they wanted to send me at the time we were in Port Orchard, Bremerton Station at Bremerton, or Bangor, Washington, but they wanted to do an outpatient 45-day outpatient down here in Florida somewhere, and I said no. And I did a 30-day inpatient or outpatient treatment, and up there in Bangor, and but after before a week-long bender, and then the rest is history. I mean, we're fucking going on 15 years this coming up October, so it's a very good October for us, sobriety, birthday, and some people will fucking agree to disagree or just flat out disagree because I smoke marijuana, right? But I'm very open about it. I don't hide that from anybody. I don't hide it from my doctors, and actually all my doctors praise it and continue to tell me to use it if it's working, and it works, right? I don't take any other medication for any of my other health symptoms. But I have borderline chronic kidney disease from all the fucked up shit and everything that I have put through my body. So I smoke weed and I eat a bunch of food, and that's it. And I don't drink. I don't want to fucking drink. I don't have a desire to drink. And anybody wants to question my sobriety, well, that's cool. That's on y'all. I'm very happy with where I'm at personally with it. It's taken us a long time to get here, right? And again, we continue to work on it all the time. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I have to tell you,
Rare.
It is. It's very rare, but it might not even be that. It might just be the scenery and the just the environment, right? Mm-hmm. And I've had enough of drunk people or people that are intoxicated. Excuse me. We leave because that's just
he now knows how I felt when we were out.
And I was acting the fool.
Yeah.
So.
It's like, dude, it's time to go.
But,
did you ever think when we were down in San Diego with Kaylee that we would be out at dinner, he'd be drinking, he'd be drunk, and wouldn't let me drive? Did you ever think about your family's safety in that?
Unfortunately, no. And that's again being honest, as that was how powerless I was over it or from it, and that's again I can faithfully and honestly say it, right? And I get at people are like, oh, you just had a big old smile on your face. Well, yeah, yes, very unfortunate, right? at the time, but now I know where I'm at and where we're at. I'm honest about it.
And we can kind of laugh at things that happen.
You guys like to laugh more about it than fucking I do. I fucking like, yo, it's been almost 15 fucking years. Is it ever gonna fucking hit, yo? And it doesn't, which is, hey, again, that's on me. I fucked up. There's plenty of times.
Stories.
Yes, obviously there's plenty of stories. I mean, let's talk about the family effects of it. Is that, I mean, I don't know effects or whatnot, right? I just
that one on
a little bit, yeah. Okay. Love bugs. I just remember alcohol always being there, always at every fucking family function, whether it was a Roshan's or a Lund's function. There was always Budweiser and wine. You?
There was always alcohol at family functions for me too, but I didn't drink with family until I was 21.
I didn't start drinking with family until
that's a lie.
Well, what do you mean family? Like, yeah. I started drinking with family at like 10, because that's who I started drinking with. Fucking.
Well, I mean, like at family functions, there's...
It's like 18. Yeah, I don't know. 18, 19.
I was probably around that age when it started, and it was just around a couple cousins, but I never drank around like my parents or anything until 21. But I was never like the one that was like, ooh, let me try this. That looks like it tastes good, whatever. I was like, alcohol didn't intrigue me like.
What's good, L?
Like I guess it did you.
Well, what do you think about our kids? Do you think our kids are gonna have issues?
I think one might.
Go fucking figure.
The one who's just like him.
She's so fucking bad.
You
know?
Not Kaylee.
No.
We'll see. I hope he doesn't, but it's something that he's gonna have to deal with.
Yeah, and again, we're very open.
When the time comes.
Open up here and about it, right? It's everybody has issues and problems, and we're just hopeful that they learn from my poor mistakes as a young father and young husband, and realize that I might have been there, but I fully wasn't there. I wasn't there. I was there physically, but I wasn't there mentally and loving and just
emotional.
Yeah. And I was just there as a numb fucking body. And
what is it you always tell people when you tell them something like that, when you were, how you were taking care of your family, like you thought it was fine?
Well, I provided for them. I had, they had a roof over their head, they had clothes on their back, and they had food in their motherfucking belly, right? And yeah, we lived paycheck to paycheck, but it was, that's what my thought process was, and that's what I thought as a man and a father and a husband was there to be in. And again, this year, next month, right? Fucking a couple weeks, right? We'll have married, 19 years, and I'm still learning how to be a better husband and a better father, and just a better person in general to myself as well, right? And that's why it's not a fucking sabbatical, right? I quit fucking Toyota, and it was many blessings, and thank you to everybody for the opportunity and stuff, but I've been there for 14 fucking months, and I've only been out of the Navy almost 8 months, and I'm retired. We're retired. We're literally chilling. But yes, I have some other source of revenue coming in, and that's just because, yeah, I'm sexy and I fucking know it, and I don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck, right? We are who we are. And fucking Popeye said, if you want to be like that, eat some motherfucking spinach. If not, get the fuck out of my spinach. Get the fuck out of ours, right? So, I'm going to continue to smoke ours over here. But, yes, I was, that was my thought process as a fucking young alcoholic and a young father and husband, right? Because you guys had all those things, right? But obviously, becoming sober and seeing and realizing that wasn't and isn't truly and fully what we all need as humans. We need that love. We need that affection. We need that show of emotion, whether it's good, negative, right, or fierce, right? But I do. I will agree. I think we're going to have a potential issue with one of our kids, but again, it's on us to continue to explain to him why it's not the best way to go down that route, and let's find other avenues of what it is we can do instead of another substance, you know. So again, for me, I personally took up weightlifting to help with my sobriety. In the very younger years of my sobriety, I was going to AA 2 to 3 times a week for the first 3 or 4 years, and then it got down to, you know, once a week or whatever. But for many years, and I utilized the tools of the AA that worked for me, and it's worked.
I was going to ask you, do you follow the 12
steps in 12 traditions? No, I don't. I believe in a lot of them. There are some I don't believe. I don't, you know, I've been to, again, I've been to AA meetings where I've been sitting next to somebody and they were sitting next to an empty seat and they were believing somebody was there and helping them. And there's just certain things that I don't personally believe in the program with, and that's okay, right? And again, I've remained sober. Some people, again, will not say that I'm sober, or will say I'm dry sober, right? But I will always refer back to the big book, right? And that's the Alcoholic Anonymous Bible, right? And the only requirement for AA is a desire to quit drinking. And I wake up every morning with a desire to quit drinking. I'm not recovered. I am in recovery, right? I will never fully be recovered. I will not, even if there's a pill that says, guess what? You can take this pill and you're fucking cured. I won't take it. I won't. One, because of I don't know what the effects are on my fucking body, right? And I don't need that. I'm not cured. I will never be cured. I am forever in recovery for alcohol, because I'm an alcoholic and I have no other issues with any other substance or whatnot, right? So it is what it is. Yeah. Do you think I still have an issue with it?
With alcohol?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I think I do. I still have an issue with it. I believe that. And again, that was a trick question. Bam! But I do. I have an issue with it, right?
That's not what I meant.
I get it, right? Now, I physically, and again,
the smell turns him off.
The taste there are certain desserts that will have a taste of it, and it physically makes me sick. And I go to the bathroom and I don't put fingers down my throat or anything, but I get so sick,
yeah,
that I puke, and I don't like it. If we go out and she drinks, she knows that she can't kiss me until she has something other drink than alcohol and some mints or gum. And that's just, she respects that though, because I don't fucking like the taste. I don't.
Yeah, I've gotten pushed away a couple times because
Don't make him.
those are the times that I do have more than the 2 or 3, and for some reason I'm able to handle it, and then I will just come up to him and I'll try to go in for a kiss, and he's like, no. Stiff arm. Get away. No. I'm like, I act like I'm all butthurt about it, and like, oh, whatever, fine, be that way. But I do know the reason behind it, and I respect it.
Thank you. What were you going to ask?
Did you try to follow any of the 12 steps? Because I remember
there's certain ones.
Well, I know.
Like the apologies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely, right? Trying to make amendments to everybody that I've hurt or whatnot, right? And if there's people out there that I've hurt, right, then please reach out and, let me know how it is that I hurt you with my alcoholism, and I would love to figure out how to be forgived. If not, then, it is what it is, and I'll ask for forgiveness, but I'm not going to beg for it, and I'm going to keep pushing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for the majority of the part, right, or for the most part, right, those that I have affected with it, right, we've talked about it, and we're at where we're at now, and I'm pretty sure we're good. We good?
You're good with me.
Fuck, then we're good. I'm good. So my parents, I'm good with my parents. I'm good with your parents. Yeah, I'm good with my siblings. So it is what it is. It's a tricky fucking it's a tricky disease, because it's just shitty, plain and simple.
It is. It changes the way you act. It affects the family, and like kids would be cranky or whatever, being kids, and if he's in a mood and drinking, they would get yelled at or get told to go to a different room. Yeah. I love you.
I love you. Do we argue as much now?
No. Not nearly.
Not nearly?
Not nearly. We would argue multiple times a day, every day. And now
It's
it's
the truth.
Maybe once a day, if that. But it's not even like a full argument. It's like
not even once a day. You're
it's
like
stupid.
You're over here like, like what's an argument? She tried to rush me on the podcast today. That's what she's talking about too. That's literally what you consider an argument. Explain to the yes, it is.
Or when he gets mad at me for trying to get out of the car.
She's so full of shit. Like literally, we've been on for 35 minutes. The 5 minutes before we went live, she's over here fucking.
It was not an argument.
But that's what she's like. That's what she considers an argument. She's like, she rushed me. I was just like, yo, we're tired. Like, yo, what the fuck?
Rush you.
What the fuck are you rushing me for? Yo, are you in a
rush
rush?
you.
Like, can I talk? You're not like. Are you rushing? So. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you have a problem with it.
With what?
Alcohol.
That's funny. So when he stopped drinking, I was like super nervous for him to be going out places with in-laws and like just family, friends, whatever. They'd want to go out, they'd be at a bar, he'd go, and I would just be like biting my nails until he got home so I could see if he had had a drink or not.
Well, there wasn't many times I went out by myself with
I know,
not with you.
I'm not saying
because you were my support system.
Yeah.
No, but go
saying
inside.
You did,
Puppy, go inside. You're hot. Inside. Inside. Get inside. Clown. Go get some water. Inside.
But yeah, he's not interested in a drink. He, at that time, asked me if it would be okay if he had a
Hold on. Where, though? Where were we at? I know exactly. It was our first, like, real date once I had gotten out of sobriety and she had moved back in with the kids.
Out of sobriety?
Or, not out of sobriety, sorry. Out of treatment. Out of the outpatient treatment. Remember? On the waterfront, downtown. Salties, or whatever it was, right there.
Oh, yeah. And it was the edge. No,
that was our wedding night or whatever. But it was, I had asked, because she had ordered, she was hesitant to order a drink.
Mm-hmm. For a long time, I did not want to drink in front of him because I felt like, what right do I have to drink in front of him when I tried for so many years to get him to stop, and he finally did.
And this was the moment that I knew she had my back. With however it was, we maintained my sobriety, but at the same time that she was genuine about it because she was honest. Like it was to the point where I had asked because she was drinking. And I said, "Hey, you think it'd be okay if I had a drink?" And she was without hesitation, no. And she just explained herself and pretty much saying that, she didn't want to take 10 steps back because we've made a couple steps forward, right?
Didn't want him to have that drink and then be like, "Oh, I think I can have one more and be fine," and then it just spirals.
And that's usually how it usually goes, right? But at the same time, that was also being out of the facility, me realizing that I was trying to be a con man and that I truly had a fucking problem, right? And I realized that in treatment, right? Because I followed through, I did the 30 days, right? And I did the steps and the requirements, right? And the homework and just the hard work in general, right? Again, I still know I have a fucking problem with it, and I'm not gonna fuck with it, right? And my support system, primarily you, but those that we do go out with, right? They know that I have an issue, and because I'm very open about it. And if they don't know me, I'm gonna explain it to them, right? Yeah. Especially if they offer me a drink.
Well, you did have those couple people soon after you stopped drinking that offered you a drink. Like, sure you don't want a drink?
And see, I don't recall that. I don't.
Pissed me off.
So
I'm like, are you serious? You're going to offer him a drink after he just went through treatment and he's been sober for X amount of days, and you're gonna joke about asking him if he wants a drink? Joke but not joke, because I'm pretty sure they were serious. And yeah, it pissed me off.
Yeah.
I'm happy that he said no, but it pissed me off that they asked you.
I said no.
Okay, but what I was leading to with that whole do you think you can have a drink thing was your deathbed.
No, I don't want it. Let me smoke a joint.
No.
I'm fine. Oh, what about your deathbed? Oh.
He had asked.
Oh, sorry. I'm all over the place.
Yeah. Along
Mija.
with do you think I can have a drink at that dinner?
Please.
He asked me, can I have a shot on my deathbed?
Ask the same question? Or that question at the same dinner? I don't recall that.
If it wasn't at that dinner, I don't remember when it was.
Oh.
It was, it wasn't like soon after treatment was done, but it wasn't like you weren't 5+ years in. It was in within that first year, 2
So
through
what
5.
are you in it?
Well, I was just like, are you serious? And then I was questioning myself. I'm like, well, do I let him? Like, he's on his deathbed.
Probably wouldn't know what it tastes like. Probably like my tongue's gonna be like leather and shit or something. So who fucking knows?
But now that he's smoking, he's like, no, I don't need.
Alcohol just isn't. I see it do weird things to people, and I saw it obviously look back, right, and it did some fucked up shit to me. So I'm good. It is definitely a very unhealthy poison. It ages fucking people, I think. It's nasty. I don't like it. It fucked me up. And hopefully it doesn't fuck up our kids, you know. So that's all we can continue to tell them my story, and if they ask about others, tell them their story, and or have them reach out. And if not, they're gonna have to learn for themselves, unfortunately, because we're still learning shit about ourselves and stuff right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's part of being an adult and taking responsibility, and that's, you know, the last 15 years of, you know, going of my sobriety. That's what I continue to do is take responsibility. And tell you I don't want to fucking drink, and I don't want to. What?
Okay.
Would you let me drink?
No.
Good question, or good answer, sorry.
No.
Good.
Because, yeah, his drinking
Was out of control.
He would go from liquor to at the very end before I.
And I never drank this shit. I was never like a beer drinker either. In high school, them guys, my buddies, drinking old Ian shit, malt liquor and shit, and like I drank it because
it was there.
It was cheap and it was fucking there, right? But fucking, I liked liquor. Liquor, fucking people were like, what was your drink of choice? And it didn't matter. It was just any type of liquor. Primarily, it was like cognac, brandies, and tequila were my favorites. And
but at the end, it got to the point where it wasn't just
it was everything.
liquor.
Whiskey,
it was beer,
and wine. Wine was a big one.
Wine at the very, very end, because he was like, yeah, this.
Never, brother.
You know, you had a problem when you went to
like
anything that had alcohol in it.
Like box wine type cheap shit, motherfucker. Like it was nasty.
Any alcohol content. Which reminds me.
Oh, are we going to tell you a story?
No.
I'll go down memory lane. Tiffany's watching. If she is. San Diego.
Would even, after becoming sober, wouldn't use cough syrup.
Mm-mm. For the first, yeah, probably like 5 years. I had alcohol-free mouthwash, alcohol-free cough syrups and stuff like that because I didn't want to. It was just that's how sensitive my
sobriety.
That's how sensitive my taste buds were to alcohol. Right? Again, there's certain foods down in San Diego that desserts or whatever, right? That at least down in San Diego in Old Town, they fucking spray something and fucking light it on fire when it was alcohol, not spray, pour. And my God, I always have to ask it without but at the times that they didn't, right? It was fucking, I'll try it and I get sick. So,
yeah.
Can I smoke weed?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have an issue?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right. I haven't ate you out the house.
No.
Have I ate you out enough?
Garrett.
Oh, that's a lie. I guess and the answer is no, because she did.
Anyway. You're dumb.
So, what's something that we can tell others that, you know, they can learn from, or hopefully that they learn from about this, or something that they can recognize? What was it that, you know, without, you know, besides me fucking just drinking fucking whatever the fuck, wine and fucking vermouth at the fucking end, right? What were there other signs that were leading up to the end of my drinking? Like, and I'm talking about, like, I mean, we were married for 4 years prior to me stopping, right? So
Yes.
early on,
First year we weren't living together.
besides those phone calls, right? Like, when that second year when I came back from the deployment, right, and we officially were like together as a married couple for the first time and moved down to San Diego. Were there any other fucking signs of that or any concerns or telling signs? Yeah, fool.
So you would pass out from drinking at night, and I would go and dump all the bottles of liquor that we had in the house down the sink and leave the bottles in there so he can see that I dumped them. And the next day after work, he would stop at the exchange, which is literally right down the street from the house, and he'd walk in the door with a couple more bottles. So in my head, I was like, well, that kind of sucks, because now we're just wasting more money on liquor because he's not getting the picture with me dumping everything. He can come home with 5 bottles. I'm going to dump all of them down the drain.
And she did. Quite a few times.
And it's still never stuck. And so that was another time that I was like, whatever, I guess I'm just going to give up. It was giving up on you because I wasn't still trying to
Be firm.
Yeah, but I was more
Well,
so
then
just
you
like
giving up?
giving
You
up
just-
on trying to get you to quit, because at that point there was not any stopping you.
Would you rather have me take medication than smoke?
Me personally, I'm not.
And
Like-
what I'm getting at is what I mean medication, right? I talk about, I take Tylenol if I have a headache, right, or if I'm fucking my body is aching, right?
The anxiety medication that
yeah.
you're needing.
I don't take. I
and-
try to not take Excedrin or any NSAIDs. I don't take any NSAIDs besides Excedrin for migraines, but I'm talking
medically
for
prescribed
anxiety
for
and
your
my PTSD
stuff, mental health issues. I don't care one way or the other, because I'm not one that is all about not taking those kinds of medications, because I take them.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing,
But you take them
They-
because they help you?
yes, so that's what I was getting at. It was like,
Sorry.
you were taking them for a while, and it was messing with his sleep. It was messing, like, I felt like it wasn't helping with anxiety at all. He tried
3 or 4.
4 different medications for it, and none of them helped. So,
Suggestions on helping a friend? Just make make sure you first have a support system. I think numbers speak volume. Actions speak volume too, right? And just being honest. But be prepared for the negative. Be prepared for the negative impact of.
They might try to cut you out.
Right? And if that's the case, take it with a grain of salt. You believe that you're dealing with an addict, so they're not fully comprehending what it is that you're trying to accomplish or not accomplish or just help them with, right? So you could be honest with them, and I think that's just the easiest way to do it. But if you have somebody else that is with you, that supports your theory, whatnot, then maybe that will help too. But just be honest, I mean, there's so many resources. Take them to an AA meeting. Again, I haven't been to an AA meeting. I think last year I took a friend because she reached out, and it might have been maybe 2 years by now, right? But that was the last AA meeting that I went to because she reached out and she asked for help. So I took her to an AA meeting.
I forgot about that. 16 years ago.
Yep. 2 months ago, I had a buddy at work reach out, and he wanted some guidance and stuff, and I helped him out with that. There was a sailor that just reached out to me and was going to refer himself to DAPA. And again, I'm just I explained my story and let them know what they let them know what it is, and yeah.
Just stay firm.
Yeah.
Don't be like me and take 4 years to finally.
Yeah, don't wait, and Brenda, if you're talking about the person that I think you're talking about, I mean, I don't know. It's tough, but it's never too late. It doesn't matter the age; it's never too fucking late, right? So, sobriety is a monster because, again, you're gonna have people criticize everything and ridicule everything about your life and stuff like that, whether you're sober or not sober, and it is what it is. Kim, you still on? Kim, if you're on, do you think I had a problem in high school? Or Brenda, I spent a lot of time with you. If you're still on, do you think I had a problem in high school before I joined the military? Again, I don't think so. I think I interacted with the crowds. But what?
Interacted with the crowds.
Yeah. So.
Butterfly.
Big ass butterfly. Anything else for these guys? Subscribe, like the video, repost it.
You guys got a free full one. I mean, not that you have to pay anyway. But
yeah, but show the love. Maybe there was a lot of parties. Yeah. Again, it is what it is. There's AA meetings everywhere. Fucking Google that shit.
Multiple times a day.
Multiple fucking times a day. There's an A. Throw a fucking rock in a 10-minute radius, 10-mile radius. There's a fucking AA meeting somewhere worldwide. Go. Take a friend. Right. There's plenty of other resources, but AA is by far the best and easiest and simplest one, because then that gets you into the end of other shit, sober living and stuff like that, if that's the route.
But AA is an outlet and a resource that's readily available anywhere, and just so fucking Google it and say AA meetings near me and go. So, or call a fucking friend and talk to a fucking friend, because it is rough. As an addict, right, of alcohol, and somebody that's helped others get sober and try to be sober, or try to get sober, it's hard to see it both ways. And Nick said habits are hard to break, so replacing bad ones with good ones is the way to go. And I agree. I agree. But who's to say that who's to say that new motherfucking habit ain't a fucking disease, or you're not addicted to it, right? Or it's another good habit, right? Who knows? Again, I didn't smoke weed in the military, so
Garrett dropped drinking. I thought we were going to save a ton of money with him not buying alcohol. And he moved into bodybuilding, which then meant all these supplements, protein, and so it was just like a wash, because he's spending it on all that stuff now.
So financially, yeah, it was a wash, right? But health benefits wise, right? It's a win, right? At least in our eyes, right? And that's what matters, at least for our relationship, is that
you're not drinking.
I'm not drinking, and I made a switch to spending money on more food and working out, right? And again, for 16 years in the military or whatever, I was sober, so again, I didn't start smoking weed until just recently, being out the Navy. And again, I won't say I'm functional, right, or functional pothead or whatever, but yes, I smoke weed for my issues I have. Thanks, Emily. But yeah, so I smoke weed now. Supplements, I'll run a cycle of some tests and stuff, right? But I don't take protein powders or anything like that
anymore. But you were.
Yeah, I was, but
and
now our money's on food and shit, going out and eating at nice restaurants.
Buy the big containers though, and
not even use half of it. So
not even a quarter of it. Well, you're throwing it all away.
But yep. Yes, I take steroids. I smoke fucking weed. Goddamn. Yes, I'm still in recovery. I've never been recovered from alcoholism. So, but we're happy. We're healthy. Don't have a desire to drink. Yeah. Little kitty cat over here. Not hers, but over here. Yeah. The actual cat. Feline cat. What? I just have to clarify you shit. Yo, there's fucking real life and shit. What the fuck? You got this fucking thing. Oh my god, stop it. Don't touch me. You're hot and hairy. Go.
Alright, guys.
Alright, yeah, we're out. Let's see. Oh, yep. Already read that one. Alright. Be easy. Nothing but peace, love, and happiness. Thank you guys. Again, subscribe, like, share. We are very happy, and we'll see you next week.